Hello, Vortex. So, in case you missed that failure of a live stream, my microphone doesn't work apparently, and so I am back to shooting in the regular ass way that we all know and love. Just not very good at this tech stuff. I just feel like it's not meant for me. Like I'm not destined to do it. I'm destined to be frustrated with this modern world and struggle to use a can opener. Okay? And people might think that's ridiculous. I've been thinking a lot about quitting various things in my life. Try not to get impulsive. Sometimes it's really hard not to. Because, like, I've worked at Steak and Shake on and off since 2012. That restaurant has completely changed. Specifically because of technology. So they are taking delivery orders, much like many restaurants that are really, really struggling because of this decision to go along with modern society. Modernity always punishes people that trust it. And the people that really trust it will never understand that. They just think that we're making things up. But no one can deny that, like, mental health problems are at their absolute worst. Physical problems are at their absolute worst. Everyone lies, nobody minds. So true, Morrissey. I couldn't have said it better myself. In case you're wondering what the fuck I'm doing, this is garlic, okay? I think you're supposed to, like, use a knife and, like, smash it or something. Yeah, that's easier. Okay. But yeah, like, Steak and Shake has a soft serve machine instead of hand-dipped milkshakes, which was, like, our signature since 1939, and that changed in 2020. And it's just really depressing. And I also work with an overt narcissist that's just... It's taxing, you know? It's fucking taxing. And I don't want to quit because I have this attachment. Like, I mean, she's not so bad. She's not bad all the time, but she's bad a lot of the time. And, you know, my manager is probably, like, the best boss I've ever worked for. Like, he gets on my nerves sometimes, but he's just a really good dude. And, oh shit, I don't want to leave because I'm getting like burned out. But here's the thing. I was working the lobby the other day, or yesterday, I guess. I was working the lobby. I'm hardly ever in the lobby. I'm pretty sure like the lobby person called out or something. But I was taking the trash out. And I'm gonna show you something. If I can find it, I'll show it to you. I might not be able to find it. She's the story of my life. No, it's right here. Okay, you know how I've been like going to In-N-Out Burger? I mentioned the fact that they always seem really happy. Well, I realize why this is. It's because they don't use the technology. That's why it feels like it's a time capsule going over there. Because they don't use the delivery apps, like the DoorDash and what's the other one? Like we have delivery orders and then we have web orders, and there's just so many complications, and it's just caused nothing but problems. Like some bitch was trying to pay with like Apple Pay or something, and it didn't even work on the kiosk. So it's just such a pain in the ass. Like anytime that they try to like do something because they want more business, you know? That's the whole purpose. Money, 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 money. And here's the thing. I'm pretty sure that my manager wouldn't have signed up for a lot of this stuff that he's had to go along with because it was like a corporate decision. Like I said, he's the best boss I've ever had. So I don't want to leave the company. I've been there so long that I just don't feel right about it. I'm loyal. But, and they've also put up with a lot of my shit. But I'm really gonna try to be on time, like, because I'm really seriously considering it. And I don't want to consider it. I wish that this wasn't the reality that I'm in right now. But, you know, it's just something that I've been, like, thinking about a lot. And you know, initially, like, my reason for going back to Steak and Shake was, like, I don't want to have to deal with customers. I don't want to have to talk to people. But now I'm realizing that that's kind of a terrible approach. You know, for the same reason that I've been wrong about comedy. Like, I'm right in my observation of what's happening with stand-up, but I'm wrong to think that, oh, well, there's no point in doing it. I'm wrong to just give up on the whole idea. And, I mean, you obviously know that I haven't done that because I'm still doing stand-up. But I get discouraged all too easily. And I don't have the same problem that most comedians have where they need that external validation. Like, I really don't need it. But I know that creatively, like, I'm supposed to make stuff. I'm supposed to say things that need to be said. Like, that's why God put me in the stupidest country in the world. So, because of that, I feel guilty if I don't do it. And I think a lot of artists, especially now, because of how bad the world is, and probably due to their own narcissism, they don't want to put themselves out there. For the same reason that people are saying, I don't want to go out, I don't want to leave the house, I don't want to talk to people, I don't want to engage. But this is weak. And I'm saying this to not make the accusation, because I'm pointing the finger back at myself. Okay? Like, I'm wrong to choose the seemingly autistic route. Like, oh, people are terrible, and I should just choose a job where, like, I don't have to talk to them. But places where there's less technology are better places, okay? And I looked up their website. So In-N-Out has been around since 1948. And they always use, like, real ingredients. Their menu is super simple. And I'm sure that they get angry people. But there's something about the technology. Like, I noticed that, like, every time I go in there, nobody's on their phones. I mean, they're so busy, they can't be on their phones. But it's incredibly fast-paced. But yeah, nobody looks pissed off. Everybody just seems to have, like, such a positive attitude. And so, it's like, I don't know. I'm strongly considering it. Because, yeah, it's just the environment is really, really toxic. And, you know, Steak and Shake has always been for, like, obviously mentally ill people. And the main reason why I started working there was because they're open 24 hours. Well, they were. And I showed up. The dude I was dating at the time, we were both stoned, and we showed up at like 2 in the morning, and it was just crazy busy. And we had to wait in line for a considerable amount of time. You don't want this lemon, honey, I promise. You don't want it. You want to smell it? That's what I thought. But yeah, ever since COVID, like, technology really changes everything. It does. And COVID was a form of technology. So they released this virus that was connected to technology, is connected to the smartphones and the 5G. And, you know, a lot of people don't want to make that correlation, because that means that literally everything that they do, everything that they have subjected themselves to since they got a smartphone, has been the wrong decision, okay? But the reason why everything is, like, moving so rapidly and people are more miserable than they've ever been is because of this social contagion. And most people are addicts. Most people are mass consumers. Most people are not cognizant of hardly anything, it seems. And they'll do whatever's convenient, and they don't care if children are sold into sex slavery. Anyway, sorry, that got really dark. But I don't know, I've just been thinking a lot about this. Like, I tell myself that I have to do things that I don't have to do. You know? I complain about that all the time, how, you know, so many people just stay in a bad relationship, or so many people, like, just stay addicted to something, or so many people keep stuffing their face and they're already really obese, you know, like, so it's like, if I know that I'm not happy in a situation and there's an opportunity for me to do something different, but it would require me having to change, I mean, that's hard. That's hard, because, like, that means that I would have to let go of certain things. Like I said, I really don't want to quit. I just don't want to work there so much, because it's just such a toxic environment. Also, In-N-Out is open till 2 o'clock in the morning. So that means that we'd probably leave around 3. Which is way closer to, like, the way that I live my life. My natural sleep schedule. But I don't know if I'm just getting impulsive because, like, I feel burned out. And maybe this is one of those, like, grass is greener on the other side type situations where, you know, those people really aren't as happy as they seem to be, but they just have really good customer service skills. But here's the thing. At my job, you can be a piece of shit narcissist and nobody cares. Everybody caters to you. You know? I don't think that the way that my manager, not the one that owns the franchise, but the one that I always bitch about, I don't think that she would be able to get away with that. She wouldn't be able to just scream at her coworkers. Like, okay, so I'll tell you what happened that triggered me. Like, I was doing my job. The lobby is complicated because you have to, like, worry about all these different things. So you gotta, like, you know, clean off the tables, and then worry about the dish room, and then take the trash out, make sure everything's stocked up front, talk to customers, you know, take care of delivery orders, bag all that shit. It's just, there's a lot, okay? And she just started yelling at me because there were shakes that needed to go out. And the customers heard her. And I could tell by the way that they looked at me, like, that they were like, they felt sorry for me. That's bad. Now, granted, I got over that shit about 10 minutes. I was like, okay, whatever. She's a cunt. You should be used to this. And I'm not the only one she yells at. She yells at everybody. That's not appropriate. So,
Like, just because somebody's not doing what you want, that's not grounds to behave badly yourself. You know? And furthermore, that's not going to encourage me. I'll give you another example. Outside of the work situation. My priest did a homily recently that I couldn't have disagreed with more. Okay? And he's done this speech before, and I don't know why it got to me this time. I think he's just young, and so he's trying to be as by the book as possible. Because the older priests, the ones that have been doing it a lot longer, they would have never said this shit. But he was talking about preparing for Holy Communion. How, you know, you need to make sure that you're fasting. If you got tattoos, you should try to cover them up. If you have facial piercings, you shouldn't wear them. And I just thought that was complete crap. And there were a bunch of people that didn't take Holy Communion because they felt convicted by that political lens. Like, I think that he has a personal problem with tattoos because he sees Orthodox people in a certain way. But the whole point of Orthodoxy is to get closer to God. The whole point of Christianity is to understand God's grace to its fullest extent. Okay? I understand God's grace to its fullest extent, and I would say that most people I know that are fucking pagan understand that better than Christians. Because they have the gift of desperation. They've been blessed with getting down to the very bottom of the well, as I call it. And I just don't think that country club Christians could ever possibly fathom how much God truly loves them. And I know that sounds a little, like, elitist. Like, I'm really flexing about waking up in piss. But, like, seriously, though, like, if you want to flex about not having tattoos and remaining a virgin until you're married, also you can watch TV with your spouse because you're so bored with them. Like, I can flex about waking up in piss. Okay? Anyway. Well, I took Holy Communion out of spite. The whole way up there to the chalice, I was bawling my eyes out, though. So, I do that naturally anyway. But, like, I know that I'm not worthy. Why am I not worthy? Because I live in this world, and this world has totally corrupted me. I think that we're all born innocent. We don't stay innocent for very long. Because shit happens to us pretty much immediately. They stick us with all kinds of shit. Our parents fuck us up, our siblings fuck us up, the school system fucks us up. Then the screens, if our parents believe in that shit, most of them do, fuck us up. And then they put us on drugs. They put us on drugs to fuck us up even more because we're not supposed to live like this. Oh, and did I mention that the food fucks us up? And the water supply fucks us up? And I don't think that the water supply has the intention of making people gay. I think that the water supply has the intention of making people docile. Which is why you have so many men that aren't gay, but act just like women. So, anyway. Oh, shit. What else does this need? Chickpeas, tahini, cumin, dill. Oh yeah, red pepper. Red pepper. I put lemon juice. I put some olive oil. I know I'm being bad because I'm supposed to fast from that. But see, I was honest with him. I was honest with my priest, and I said, yeah, I don't keep the fast up to spec, but I fast from coffee. I try to fast from sugar. I'm trying to avoid processed food altogether. I'm fasting from bread, aside from the holy bread, of course. That doesn't count. That's Jesus's body. Okay. But, yeah, I mean, I shouldn't be eating bread anyway because I'm already mentally ill. And gluten is really, really bad. But yeah, I will admit that it's been kind of rough. Like, I don't have the caffeine headaches anymore, but I'm just, like, really fucking emotional. And I don't think that's ever gonna go away. I feel like I'm always gonna be emotional. And it's like, I can do drugs that kind of lift me up but then I'm gonna come right back down. I'm gonna like need those drugs to have that lift, you know? And I don't want to be like that, but oh my god, where's my red pepper? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die if I don't have it. I put a fuck ton of garlic in there too. I know that I have red pepper. I just don't know where I put it. But yeah, man. I've just been like really like thinking about my life, thinking about like the direction that I want to go, and especially with comedy, you know, I'm trying to save as much money as I can so that like if I really want to, I can like go on the road and like actually do what God put me in this world to do. And I think it's been time for me to be pursuing this a lot more, but I've just been kind of stuck in my head. And okay, this is cayenne pepper. That's not the same. Like, that's crazy though. Where the fuck is it? I know I have it. Maybe this would work. This has got paprika, sea salt, garlic, and basil. But I really want red pepper. There's a certain oomph. There it is, there it is, there it is. We found it. Okay, I can calm down now. Though I might use this too, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I didn't think about it for very long, but long enough to make a different decision. Because that's what being a woman is all about, okay? Okay. I want it to be spicy as fuck. I tried to mention this in the live stream. I just located the farmer's market. And it's open year-round, and it's right up the street from my house, like within walking distance. So there's an AA meeting up the street from my house that I walk to, and I forced myself to do something different, and I walked to the farmer's market before I walked to the AA meeting, and I introduced myself to some people, and I met this big-ass dog. Pretty sure it was like a Great Pyrenees, because it was huge. And it walked up to me and demanded me to pet it. Yeah, they have all kinds of good shit. But yeah, so I got these tomatoes, and I got this adorable little container of cucumbers. I just love the packaging. But anyway, hummus is really good for you because it's got a lot of protein, and so that's how I'm getting through it without the meat. So here's the thing now. Back to my priest. His issue with the tattoos, I can understand, because yes, the body's a temple. But if the body's a temple, why are you eating a donut? Okay? Like, this is an issue that I've had with the parish anyway, because of all the crap that they offer during coffee hour. Now, there was this holistic doctor that used to come to services, and he said that he was just going to put a pack of cigarettes on the table, because that would be better than fucking donuts. Okay, one of the reasons I bitch about Krispy Kreme all the time is because, like, yeah, I have to witness this in my country. I have to witness people eating this crap. And it does affect me. It does affect me to watch everybody around me self-destruct. But to be lectured about how my body's a temple and all that, while being fine with donuts being served during a fast, Like, shouldn't we be fasting from shit like that? I mean, I don't want to argue with the church. Like, I'm still refraining from eating meat and most dairy and all that. But, you know, I'm naturally disobedient.